Tonight on News 5 Live, NEMO continues to keep a close eye on Hurricane Beryl, and the central and northern parts of the country are under tropical storm watch. We'll show you what Belizeans are doing in Belize City, San Pedro, and Corozal. The sugar industry expects significant losses from flooded cane fields, and a new acting clerk of the National Assembly is appointed. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speed flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
1,067,700 slices of bacon are eaten by tourists each year, stimulating our local economy. Tourism means business.
There's no need to travel far when there's so much beauty here in Belize. Moyuna Resorts invite you to plan a staycation with a special discount at Sweet Songs Jungle Lodge, the Watermark Belize Hotel, and Hopkins Bay Resort. Escape to paradise with 15% off local rates for multi-bed or multi-bedroom units through August 31st. Enjoy the mountains of San Ignacio, island life on Umbergris Ski, or the calm coast of Hopkins. Give us a WhatsApp text at 671-4977 to book your stay. That's 671-4977 for this exclusive Belizean offer.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Belize's favorite Tuesday night entertainment is back. KTV The Remix Season 6. On Tuesday, July 2nd at 8 p.m., we go live from the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets for the live show are available at Channel 5 on Coney Drive and at the 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard for only $5. Come out to win fabulous prizes and a chance to compete in our KTV challenges. Catch it live on Channel 5, Facebook, and YouTube. KTV The Remix Season 6 is going to be exciting, fun, and only on 5.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, July 2nd. I am Sabrina Daly. Hurricane Beryl is now a Category 4 hurricane as it barrels its way towards Jamaica, where it is expected to make landfall into tomorrow. Earlier this morning, forecast models indicated a slight shift north in the storm's projected path. Not much has changed with those projections throughout the course of today. As of 6 p.m., a tropical storm watch will be declared for Belize City all the way to Corozal. There is still a great deal of uncertainty as to where exactly Hurricane Beryl will make landfall, but it is expected to weaken and is already seeing decreased wind speeds. Hurricane Beryl will likely make landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula or northern Belize as a Category 1 hurricane. Chief Meteorologist Ronald Gordon gave us the latest this afternoon.
Yes, the shelter list is on our NEMO Facebook page and our website as well. You can download it from there. The shelters we have inspected all of those shelters. You will find that there's a Category 1, Category 2 list. And so depending on the intensity of the storm, we will be opening those shelters as necessary. And so we will be, through your district the district offices, you will be provided information as to which shelter will be open and when those will be opened. Prepare your home, start to prepare, if you need to seek shelter, know where you're going to be going. If you are living on the islands, there's an area that there's a potential that this may impact you. Start to leave on your own. It can get very difficult if you wait for too long. If you wait till the last minute, you may not get space on a boat if there is an evacuation that is required. So it is really important to take these steps now. And take them early, and really just keep in communication with the Met Service, with NEMO. Listen to the advisors and listen to all the information coming out. But use that information and take action.
National Emergency Coordinator Daniel Mendez is urging the nation to continue its preparations. He noted that even if this system does not cause any severe impact to Belize, we're still at the start of the hurricane season, so those plans will not go to waste.
The forecast for the north is still for flooding conditions to prevail. That is caused mainly by the excessive rainfall that we've received over the past couple weeks. We're not seeing any riverine flooding, which is different from precipitation-related flooding. But there is the possibility that we do get riverine flooding from our neighbors, Guatemala and Mexico having floods, as we've seen with Chetumal. The same time Chetumal was flooding, Belize in the north was also flooding. But more recently, the flooding that we're seeing in San Roman, San Pedro up in the north, Progreso, it's based on excessive rainfall. And so that is termed urban flooding. With any additional rainfall that we can get, I would say with a minimum of 6 inches more, we can see a combination of excessive rainfall coupled with riverine flooding. And so you might be saying, well, you're using a lot of words. What does this mean? It just means we will have flooding conditions for longer periods, because what we call localized flooding from excessive rainfall, that water eventually runs off into the rivers. But if the rivers are full, where is it going to go? And then we also have to factor in tidal events. When there's a high tide, the water basically remains stagnant, or it starts to fan out or spread out. And in areas that are not prone to flooding before, they now become flooded. So there are a lot of factors that we need to consider in terms of flooding, and that's why we work very closely with the Met Service and with NEMO.
According to Chief Meteorologist Ronald Gordon, at least 5 models are in line with the current projections. This does not mean that the northern parts of Belize will not be impacted if the system makes landfall in Mexico.
Of the price gouging, it's really important to keep an eye on this. We know there's potential for this to happen. Like you said, it's something that needs to be policed, and it's something that the government really will have to keep an eye on to ensure that we're protecting people. So there's no advantage being taken off as we as a country start to make those preparations. And so whenever we find that out, of course, the information that needs to be taken up the necessary channels for action.
Yeah, but so if I see price gouging, if I'm a victim of it, or those in the public who are victims of it, is there any recourse, any measures they can take?
Send it, provide that information to us at NEMO so we can do the necessary investigations.
Hurricane Hurricane Beryl continues along a west-northwest path, and while officials from the Met Service have indicated that Belize is unlikely to feel the brunt of the Category 4 hurricane, northern districts such as Corozal and Orange Walk will experience heavy rainfall and flooding. The pathway of the storm is still being monitored as it may change course in the days ahead. News 5's Brittany Gordon took to the streets of Belize City to find out how prepared Belizeans are in the face of an approaching storm. Here's more on that.
And do you feel prepared for the hurricane? What are some of the things that you and your family are doing?
Well, I don't feel prepared. I am prepared because you live and learn from mistake. And when I had just moved to where I live, I didn't know, and I think it was Dean or Lisa, but we got flooded out badly. So thank God I had a lot of stuff left just in case. But this time I'm definitely prepared. Although good news, I saw it shift a little bit left now.
Well, we've been checking the news. I get the reels on my phone, and we've been checking the direction of how everything is going. So, but we're prepared, and today I'm out just trying to get some stuff so that we'll have food for the weekend, because I'm here with my aunt, and she's over 80. I can't say her real age, but she's over 80, and we just want to make sure that we're prepared for the storm. Yeah.
And do you think your shelter is adequate to bear the brunt of potential flooding, winds?
Yes. Our house is above ground, and it's all cement. So we're pretty much prepared.
Right now, my mother moved right now. She house. They have to move to the next house. They have to go with my sister because right now it's full water.
And what about food and water? Do you guys feel like you're prepared that way?
Yes, we have to go to shopping. Like me, I went to shopping today at Orange Rock, buy a lot of stuff for my family, help my family.
And what about your children and grandchildren that you're visiting here? Any concerns with them? Has they been gone about shopping or anything like that?
Well, I don't stay with them. They live here in the city. I live in the village when I'm here in Belize. So I just hope that everything is well with them too, and they prepare for it and go shopping and don't come outside. That's the safest place to be, is inside.
Feel that your family is prepared to handle that type of weather?
Well, I have the money. If you buy the item, but I'll wait till the second flag go up. I know I buy crazy just like that.
So you're okay with what you have right now and supply for what you anticipate?
Yeah, I got the money and you just have to go buy it.
And what about your building that you're living in, the structure? You think that's adequately fit to handle winds and...
Yes, it will handle it.
Coming up, Corozal puts plans in place ahead of Hurricane Beryl's landfall.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world, and things which are despised hath God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in His presence." People often have the idea that it is only people who are highly educated and prosperous and well known that God uses in His service. However, the very opposite is often true. While it is true that the Apostle Paul was very educated, it is equally true that the Apostle Simon Peter and others were considered by many to be nearly illiterate. When the people heard them, saw their boldness, they perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, but they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Jesus. Herein lies the secret of being used of God. In the Bible, God used Elijah, a farmer, Dorcas, a seamstress, Peter, a fisherman, a small boy with a few loaves of bread and a few fish, the woman at the well who had been immoral, Zacchaeus, a tax collector, and many others. Billy Graham is the most prominent preacher alive today, but he only attended Bible college and not seminary. Why does God do this? He does it in order that God will be magnified instead of the man. Come to Christ and make yourself usable, and God will wear you out. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Snackers chips are more than just a snack. They're a proud product of Belize. Sourced from corn grown in Cayo's lush valleys, then crafted with care and packaged to perfection by Belizeans. When you choose Snackers, you're choosing the taste of home and flavors you'll love. Snackers, done right, done here.
In Belize, we value our families, we value our communities, we value our neighbors. 90% of Belizeans think it's time for laws that protect all of us and reflect society at its best. 94% of Belizeans agree that public spaces in Belize should be more accessible to people living with disabilities. In Belize, we believe in fair treatment and supporting one another. We know that our beautiful country is at its best when we come together for the greater good. 2 out of 3 Belizeans support a new law to prevent discrimination in employment and public spaces. It shouldn't matter where we come from, who we love, or what we look like. Belizeans deserve to live our best lives. It's time for laws that protect all of us and reflect our society at its best. Equal Opportunities Bill. Belize, we're ready.
A hurricane can turn everyday objects into dangerous projectiles. Secure loose outdoor items like furniture and grills. Board up windows and trim trees around your house. These simple steps can significantly reduce damage during a storm. Don't wait until the last minute. Be proactive and secure your home today. Remember, it pays to get it right with RFNG Insurance, a road group company.
This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Greetings. On this World Environment Day 2024, I stand before you as your Minister of Sustainable Development and Climate Change with a message of hope and action. The theme for this year, land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience, calls us to unite in safeguarding our precious land and natural resources. Belize, our home, is facing challenges posed by land degradation, desertification, and drought, threats that require urgent attention and collective effort. It is imperative that we take a stand to protect our environment, for it sustains us all. Together, we can make a difference by promoting sustainable land management practices, engaging in reforestation efforts, and implementing water conservation measures. We can build resilience and ensure a more secure future for our children. Let us commit to being stewards of the land, guardians of our environment. Together, let us work towards a greener, more sustainable Belize. Happy World Environment Day 2024.
Belize's favorite Tuesday night entertainment is back. KTV The Remix Season 6. On Tuesday, July 2nd at 8 p.m., we go live from the Bliss Center for the Performing Arts. Tickets for the live show are available at Channel 5 on Coney Drive and at the 88 Shopping Center on Central American Boulevard for only $5. Come out to win fabulous prizes and a chance to compete in our KTV challenges. Catch it live on Channel 5, Facebook, and YouTube. KTV The Remix Season 6 is going to be exciting, fun, and only on 5.
We apologize for the mix-up from the previous NEMO press conference earlier. Here is the update from NEMO and the Met Service as of 4 o'clock this evening. Hurricane Beryl is now a Category 4 hurricane as it barrels its way towards Jamaica, where it is expected to make landfall into tomorrow. Earlier this morning, forecast models indicated a slight shift north in the storm's projected path. Not much has changed with those projections throughout the course of today. As of 6 p.m., a tropical storm watch will be declared for Belize City all the way to Corozal. There is still a great deal of uncertainty as to where exactly Hurricane Beryl will make landfall, but it is expected to weaken and is already seeing decreased wind speeds. Hurricane Beryl will likely make landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula or northern Belize as a Category 1 hurricane. Chief Meteorologist Ronald Gordon gave us the latest this afternoon.
The hurricane continues to move rapidly west-northwestward at 22 miles per hour, and maximum sustained winds have decreased slightly. It is now a Category 4 hurricane, a strong Category 4 hurricane, with maximum sustained winds of 155 miles per hour. The latest satellite imagery that I saw from Beryl shows that the eye has become a bit more rugged, indicating that the system is undergoing some weakening due to the vertical wind shear that we forecasted to start, and that is starting to affect the system. It would seem that the northern parts of the country, if it follows the most probable path, will be the ones that would be on the fringes of tropical storm force winds. If it follows the worst case scenario and moves further south, then of course, hurricane force winds will affect that part of the country as well. Now, the forecasted weakening indicate that at landfall, it will be a Category 1 hurricane. That is anything between 74 and 95 miles per hour in terms of wind speeds. And along with that, we expect heavy rainfall near the center of landfall, along with bands extending further out. And of course, storm surge to the north of the center, which we don't expect to impact the country of Belize.
We have been watching the system closely alongside the Met Service. We have continued our preparations across the country. As I indicated this morning, we have met all the national committees met this morning to formulate a plan that we will implement in case it's needed. At this time, we remain on standby. All of our district committees remain on alert and will be prepared to mobilize as necessary in the next few days as we watch the development of this Hurricane Beryl heading our way. In the meantime, we continue to encourage the population of Belize to continue your preparations. It will not go to waste for sure. And so we also ask you, as you continue your preparations, to remember that let's reach out to those members of our community who may be elderly, those who may have special needs and have some sort of disability, just checking on them also to make sure that their preparations are going well. And let's not forget them as we continue to work on this. NEMO will remain on standby throughout this period. The National Emergency Operations Center is in full operation, and we will be monitoring this system for the next few days. We are on 24/7 watch along with all of our committees across the country, and we remain prepared to respond for anything. Again, our hotline is open. 936 is the NEMO hotline. If you have anything to report, or if you have any concerns that you would like to share with us. Again, we remain vigilant. We are making all our preparations in the background, and we are prepared to respond as the storms gets closer.
In terms of consistency, we have been seeing that the last at least 5 model runs, and I had mentioned before, these are updated every 6 hours, and at least 5 model runs from about the 3 p.m. one that came out yesterday afternoon has showed that the system is going to take this particular path and head towards the area, Tulum area, I believe it is, on the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Of course, I do reiterate that there is still a cone, and a part of that cone still covers the extreme northern part of Belize. But it's a probability distribution, and the highest probable part, or the most likely probable part, is at the center of that cone. We are confident enough in the forecast at this point that we made the declaration. Like I said, we have been communicating with the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, with the experts there, the hurricane experts. We have shared what we are seeing, and based on our mutual discussion, we believe that the system will make landfall north of the country. We do know that the system is not a point. Therefore, as I have always emphasized to media houses, please don't try to get me into forcing me to say where exactly it will cross the shoreline. There are impacts beyond that point. Therefore, even if it makes landfall where it is projected to do, we do know that the hurricane force winds and the tropical storm force winds extend farther away from that particular center. And based on that information, then we certainly, I communicate with Mr. Mendes, and of course with we communicated with the Prime Minister, and we were approved to declare a tropical storm watch for the country, like I said before.
Residents and the business community of San Pedro have had numerous experiences with hurricanes threatening Belize over the past 2 decades. So when the news emerged that Hurricane Beryl was heading in this general direction, the San Pedro Town Council wasted no time to mobilize and convene emergency management meetings. Even though Beryl has shifted course a bit and is now heading north of Belize, today the Town Council met with the NEMO coordinator and the various departments. That meeting included the Coast Guard and even neighborhood watch groups to prepare themselves in the event Beryl changes course and jogs due west. News 5's Marian Ali files a report on that meeting.
The San Pedro Town Council is wasting no time in taking precautionary measures ahead of Hurricane Beryl if the storm changes course and heads directly our way. Today, Mayor Wally Nunes told News 5 that they have been asking the residents to seek higher ground, and they have been taking heed to that advice.
One of the things that we are looking at as NEMO is having a count of how much people are leaving the island. Up to this morning at 10 a.m., we had roughly around 600 people who had left the island.
There is that group of people, however, that perhaps because of their youth are not taking the threat of a hurricane seriously. Mayor Nunes offered some useful advice to them.
It is not something just to take it lightly. A lot of people are just planning hurricane parties, and people are planning because they're going to be off from work. I think we need to take it a lot more serious. I know some people haven't experienced a hurricane before, but it is quite dangerous and it could be catastrophic.
The plane and water taxi services have also taken an early decision to call off normal trips to and from the island as of Wednesday.
Caribbean Winter had informed that they will be closing off midday tomorrow. And also Tropicare had a release that they would be operating up until, I think it was 11 or midday tomorrow as well. So I don't know if they will have an update on that based on what the trajectory of the storm is taking.
With only 2 hurricane shelters in San Pedro, Mayor Nunes said that it is prudent that the residents have been moving off the island on their own. The shelters are primarily used for the neediest people.
We only have 2 places for shelters, to be used as shelters, and they don't carry a lot of or quite a number of people in there, compared to the amount of residents that here on the island. So it is for that same reason that we were asking for voluntary evacuation, because you know that during a storm we need to find a better location or seek better areas where it's higher. And even our shelters are not in the best location, but it's what we have and what we can offer. So that's for that same reason we were asking people to find another location, probably in the mainland.
Okay,
but we have
so
2 here. We have the Sagebrush, and the other one is a youth center from the Catholic Church. But the youth center from the church, we usually use it mostly for the disabled persons, for the elderly.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.
Preparations are underway in several parts of the country, but the Corozal district stands to be the most impacted in Belize. NEMO's Corozal district office was activated on Tuesday morning. More than a dozen shelters have also been identified. Over at the Corozal Town Council, Mayor Rigoberto Veos and his team are getting drains cleaned and debris removed. But how seriously are Corozal residents taking the storm? News 5's Paul Lopez traveled north today, and he filed the following report.
According to the latest update from the National Meteorological Service of Belize, the northernmost part of the country remained in Hurricane Beryl's projected path.
In terms of the projected path, not much has changed since we last updated you. It is still forecast to move generally west-northwestward for the next 24 to 36 hours and impact the island of Jamaica around midday tomorrow, Wednesday. Thereafter, the system will further weaken due to vertical wind shear as it enters the northwestern Caribbean Sea through Thursday and move generally west to west-northwestward towards the Yucatan Peninsula with a likely landfall on the Yucatan Peninsula late on Thursday night into early Friday morning. The uncertainty cone or the probability cone is still relatively wide at the time of landfall. It extends from the extreme northern parts of Belize all the way to the northern tip of Yucatan, indicating a high level of uncertainty still at that point.
Right now, I'm working at the casino. I don't really have a plan because they're not told me yet if they're closing the casino or what. So I'm waiting for my P2 so I could buy my stuff and something like that, you know.
Today in Corozal town was just another ordinary day. Businesses were open and residents walked the streets apparently carefree. As Chief Meteorologist Ronald Gordon indicated earlier, the extreme northern part of Belize remains in the cone of probability.
It's really a strong hurricane, and I think it could cause so much damage here in the north, right? Really in the north, because it's coming for the north.
Mayor Rigoberto Veos says residents were out in numbers on Monday night panic buying. Several hardware stores have reported being out of plywood already.
From yesterday, there was a lot of people who went into panic mode. I know they rushed the grocery stores. I think up to yesterday they told me that there were no plywoods at the hardware store. So people are taking this serious, and which is a good sign. It's best we take it serious and not to take it and then we regret it afterwards, no?
The National Emergency Management Organization's district office in Corozal was activated as of 9 a.m. today. NEMO District Coordinator Ronnie Hernandez is urging residents in the town and surrounding villages to remain calm but vigilant.
If we are prepared, which we are doing, we have so much days to do so, people will know that you need to go to a shelter in order to save your life first. We would not be there to save your property, then you lose your life. You know, we can get back, we can build back better, but our lives comes first.
15 hurricane shelters have been identified by the NEMO Corozal district team.
If we activate these shelters, meaning that we declare those shelters to be open through NEMO headquarters, we would have Our Lady of Guadalupe, Cristo Rey, Corozal Community College, Concepcion, Caledonia, Buena Vista, Mary Hill, Libertad Methodist School, Louisville, Pachacan, San Pedro, Chunosh, Copperbank, Progreso, and Escuela Secundaria Técnica Mexico.
Those shelters remained closed when we spoke with Hernandez around midday in the absence of a declared watch or warning. But later in the afternoon, Chief Meteorologist Ronald Gordon informed reporters that he has advised NEMO to declare a tropical storm watch.
Given the fact that we will likely experience tropical storm force winds and there's a possibility of tropical storm force winds for the northern part of the country, we have been communicating with the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, and I have advised the National Emergency Coordinator, who has liaised with the Prime Minister, and we will be declaring a tropical storm watch at the 6 p.m. advisory coming out, well, at 6 p.m. this evening, no? And that will extend from Belize City northward to the border, including, of course, the islands of San Pedro and Keycarker.
A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within the watch area during the next 48 to 76 hours. In Corozal, the town council is working to clear the drainage systems in flood-prone areas. Mayor Veos has a live hurricane tracker projected to the wall inside the town hall's conference room.
We are taking this very serious, and that's a message I want to leave to my Corozaleños and to all Belizeans now, not to take this for granted. Regardless if it's just the tail of the hurricane, we need to be prepared, right? This is our command center. We also have a committee, the town council disaster committee that will bunk out here if anything. We want to ensure that we are responsible enough, as a town council, and we deal with our Corozaleños with love.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Hurricane Beryl is still over 1,000 miles away from Belize, but already it is affecting business in the country. On Monday, the Belize Sugar Industries Limited stopped receiving burnt cane to prepare for the passage of the hurricane. The crop would have come to an end in the next few weeks. However, the premature closure will result in losses to cane farmers in the northern districts. BSI, in a press release, explained that it needed to shut down operations because it needed sufficient time to render the mill and cogeneration plants safe before the hurricane. After that two-day process, the factory must then finalize its hurricane preparations to allow employees 24 hours to also carry out their personal hurricane preparations. Today, News 5's Marian Ali spoke with Alfredo Ortega, the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association Vice Chairman of the Committee of Management, about the losses caused by the recent floods and the early closure caused by Beryl. We also got a word with Minister of Agriculture, Jose Abelardo May, about the two situations. Here's that report.
What began as a significant loss to cane farmers in the north can be made worse should Hurricane Beryl cause flooding in the sugar belt, which is already inundated by recent floods. Alfredo Ortega, the vice chairman of the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association's Committee of Management, told News 5 that the recent rains came at the most inopportune of time for the Caneros, just when Tower Hill was processing more than regular amounts.
When they started to increase their milling for OWA, is when the rainfall fell, and it was so hard for the farmers to bring out that cane. And what happened also is that it increased the amount for the farmers to bring out that cane from the field because they had to use other tractors and some of them had to bring it out with the loaders, and it really increased the cost for the group leaders to bring out that cane from the field. And with the abrupt stop that happened, well, the farmers had to left that amount of cane in the fields, which among...
The Minister of Agriculture anticipates that Hurricane Beryl will not cause severe flooding to exacerbate the existing problem. The wait and see, however, is causing precious time to slip by.
I am not sure if we will have time to reopen the mill again, to be honest.
Yes, I understand. From what I understand is that a lot of product was lost in the flooding, and also we had to stop production. So what already had been burnt is going to be lost as people go home and prepare for the upcoming hurricane. Is there any sort of figure you can give me in regards to loss on that?
Because yesterday when the mill closed the gate at midday, I was called. A few people, farmers expressed that they still had cane in the fields being harvested. So I asked them to try to get the cane out before the mill closes. They were struggling to get it out in the wet cane fields.
Ortega says that the current losses caused by the floods are estimated at around 2,000 tons of burnt cane alone. This is separate from cane that is still in the ground. Those losses won't be determined until after the crop closes in a few weeks.
What the personnel from BSI was speaking is that they believe that they can go, if the weather permits, to mid-July or a little bit more if the weather permits. So we don't know exactly for a date right now to finish, but what they said is in the mid of this month that just started. But as we speak, you see that we have the threat of the hurricane. Maybe not a direct landfall, but we will be having an amount of rain due to that. And we don't know what will be the extent of the damage or the flooding that we'll be having with them. So we don't know if this is the end of the crop or we will be having some more days after the hurricane. So we cross our fingers.
BSI is working with cane farmers to improve the climate resilience of their crops by supporting the replanting of cane varieties. This would decrease the industry's dependency on one variety alone. Ortega explains that this is a program the factory is offering them. He says that it is something that some farmers accept and some still have reservations about.
They called it AgroPro, I believe, on which they are giving services to farmers on planting or replanting their canes again, on which they are proposing different varieties that they have. Nevertheless, there are some farmers that are somewhat skeptical to the new varieties because they have had a bad experience before with new varieties being planted on their field. So it's accepted by some because they really want to have new plantings or better yields on their field. But there are an amount of farmers that are really skeptical on getting that service for them because at the same time, well, the service is a little bit high, and it's like a loan that you get for that service to happen.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
After the break, why has the price of vegetables gone up? But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
Toledo East needs a new representative, and Dennis Williams is the right candidate at the right time. A fresh face, but a seasoned activist.
In 2002, I started with the former Minister of Human Development, Eden Martinez. I was active in the campaign, village to village. In the town council, I supported Mayor Floyd Lino, Mayor Fern Gutierrez, Mayor Ashton.
Wow.
So whenever there's election, I go full force, yes. I go full force.
Having established a close connection with his people, he is ready and able to serve as their area representative.
And I decided that, you know what, I am hearing from them direct. I am already serving the people. If I can do it in that capacity, they will be the first person that I will look after.
A more approachable and compassionate person you cannot find. This, combined with his drive to get things done, makes Disha just the era representative Toledo East needs.
After the election, I don't see red, blue, white, green. I will help everyone. And they know that I am a person, I have this drive that nothing will stop me. And we have been neglected for too long. So I want to be the person to make the difference.
It is time for change, and Disha will make the difference for Toledo East.
LG dual inverter compressor cools air faster by operating at speeds as high as 120 Hz with more stability compared to conventional models. It also saves up to 70% more energy by operating at speeds as low as 10 Hz with more stability. It reduces torque vibration down to 40% for quiet outdoor unit operation. Stable operation with low vibrations also results in increased durability.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected. Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Leomar Langsert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is to see if the features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offer, there's basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Let's take a journey through the core functions of the Social Security Board. It all starts with registering as an insured person, employer, or self-employed individual. Sign up for a portal account to manage your Social Security information online. Just provide accurate information and click Create. This will give you access to a range of services and benefits. Next, your contribution, along with investments and other income, are collected and distributed into 3 funds. This ensures that the SSB fund is securely utilized to support various benefit programs. The SSB is committed to providing essential benefits such as sickness, maternity, injury, and pension. These benefits are paid out to eligible individuals as a part of the Social Security coverage. We help you navigate through life's challenges with financial security. Annual surplus accumulates to grow the fund each year. This surplus is invested into various industries, contributing to the growth and development of our nation. With each passing year, the fund continues to grow. Due to the annual surplus, and interest revenue earned from prudent investments. This surplus, along with reserves, helps to bolster the SSB fund and provide a safety net for those in need. We've arrived at the end of our journey to better understanding how the SSB works. We remain committed to serving you and building a secure future for all Belizeans.
Heavy rainfall has hit Belizeans in more ways than one. In northern Belize, excessive rains have resulted in flooding not only in residential communities, but also in the agricultural sector. Several fields of crops have been destroyed or delayed production, resulting in scarcity and high price increases. Produce affected included items such as tomatoes, cilantro, and peppers. News 5's Brittany Gordon visited the Michael Finnegan Market today to learn how this affected Belizeans.
If you, like many other Belizeans, purchase your produce locally, then you would know that Tuesday is market day. From as early as 5 a.m., dozens of customers flock to the stands at their local market to hunt for the best deals. These days, however, the search has become significantly more difficult, as the prices of fruits and vegetables skyrocketed within the past week. We spoke with Florita Tzib, a vendor for the past 38 years at the Michael Finnegan Market, to find out how her business has been impacted by the change.
You sell habanero, which is something that went up recently. How have you found customers react to this?
Well, I really have a lot of customers, and my customers sometimes then tell us why the price is so high. So I tell them we can't to explain to you because sometimes we bring our product and sometimes the product we bring, we sell it different price. And sometimes when we buy, we have to sell it expensive just like how we buy it because we have to make our profit. Yeah, and sometimes when we ask the person that sell it if them could put down the price, then tell them no, that is the price and that is the price, and then no bring the price, none at all. So when my customers come and ask me, well, I explain to them why the product is so expensive because we buy. And when I bring my things, then I sell it different.
There are several products such as tomatoes and cilantro whose prices have seen a sharp increase. But it is the cost of habanero peppers that are selling anywhere between $20 and $35 per pound that have left many pepper sauce lovers reeling. Colin Gillett, a frequent shopper at the market, says that it is in times like these that he makes do without certain items.
Buy tomato, cabbage, cilantro, the usual stuff, and fruits are in a season. But I don't know if that's due to the flooding, they make the items expensive, but my pay not they go up. So if I think the item is too expensive for me, I just not buy it.
There are several factors contributing to the increase in prices, namely the recent excessive rainfall, flooding across the country, and a combination of fungi and insects. Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo Mai explained that while these are factors that contribute to a shortage every year around this time of year, the intensity of the rainfall has exacerbated the issue in the region.
At this time of the year, every year you have rainfall, you have fungus, you have bacteria. But this year, it is extreme hot and humid, and then excess rainfall 1 week after. Right? So you have both extremes, and I've never seen it like this before, right? And that is what affected us, and now it's an abrupt end of vegetables. You don't see any vegetables. You see it last 2 weeks, and now there's none. And so it is very clear, it is very extremely strange, right? And not only to us in Belize, but even the Mexicans in the peninsula. But every year we have this type of problem, not as intense as this year. It's expected that you will have a shortage of vegetables at this time of the year.
To alleviate the severity of the issue, the minister is currently working towards opening greenhouses across the country so that farmers will have an extra supply of produce when weather conditions damage their crops. Mai said that while this may not end a scarcity, it will minimize it.
We have issued hundreds of greenhouses throughout the districts, and this is where climate smart agriculture comes in. You have an alternative to production out in open fields. You have now your greenhouses. So the greenhouses are supposed to kick in now to have your cilantro, to have your hot peppers, your sweet peppers, and a few cabbages. No, you don't have a lot like you have open production, open field production, but you're still supposed to have a little to supply the market. So right now, our extension officers should be working on getting those greenhouses in, getting the greenhouses active, and starting to produce vegetables for the local market.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
50-year-old Martin Carcamo, a security guard employed at the bus terminal here in Belize City, is in trouble with the law for stealing an iPhone 12 from a woman police officer. The incident happened around 6:30 a.m. on Monday at the Michael Finnegan Market, where Corporal Georgina Bartley was having breakfast. She alleges that she placed her cell phone on the table while having the meal, and a few minutes later, she saw a tall, dark-skinned man approach the stall. Shortly thereafter, Bartley realized that her phone was missing. When she inquired about the whereabouts of the device, Carcamo reportedly walked away and headed in the direction of King Street. The 28-year-old woman, who was in casual attire, pursued Carcamo and informed him that she is a police officer and would call for backup if he did not produce the phone. Upon hearing that Carcamo surrendered the device. At the same time, a police mobile approached and he was detained and taken into custody at the police station, where he was later charged for theft. When he appeared before the lower court, Carcamo was arraigned on a single count of theft. He pleaded not guilty to the charge and was granted bail in the sum of $1,200 plus one surety of the same amount. When we return, San Pedro Mayor says no to price gouging.
I am Ronald, lineman lead hand at BL. We are an essential service and we are doing everything we can to make sure that we keep the lights on for our customers.
I work outdoors and my job is to provide safe and reliable power.
Our teams continue to serve communities across Belize.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
Clarita Petch, who has been employed with the National Assembly for the past 25 years, has been appointed acting clerk of the National Assembly. Her ascension from deputy clerk comes in the wake of the resignation of Eddie Webster, who held the post of clerk of the National Assembly for the past 14 years. Earlier today, the Speaker of the House of Representatives received the official instrument from the Governor General, appointing Petch to the position, which also serves as the accounting officer for the offices of the Contractor General, the Ombudsman, and the Integrity Commission. Ahead of Hurricane Beryl making landfall later this week, the Belize High Courts have adjourned cases across the country as of tomorrow, Wednesday, July 3rd to Monday, July 8th. With the exception of bail, which is scheduled to be heard on the morning of July 3rd. According to a release issued by the senior courts of Belize, the decision has been taken to ensure the safety and well-being of all court judges, staff, jurors, attorneys, and the public. Kaylin Young has been appointed acting Ports Commissioner following the abrupt departure of former Ports Commissioner Darlene Gaitan last week. Earlier today, the Belize Port Authority announced that the appointment of Young a seasoned professional in the maritime sector with over a decade of experience working at the BPA. Young holds a master's degree in maritime affairs, specializing in maritime law and policy from the World Maritime University. Earlier, we heard from San Pedro Mayor Wally Nunez saying that islanders have been taking early precautionary steps to prepare for Beryl in the event it dips in its track and comes closer our way. And as has been the case, when there's an emergency, merchants and shop owners begin to price gouge. But that will not be tolerated in San Pedro, according to Mayor Wally Nunez. He told us that the San Pedro Town Council has been getting out that message clearly on the radio station and the various media platforms on the island.
They cannot be doing that. It is illegal, and that they can face consequences, especially through their trade license, if they are caught increasing any of those prices, because this is a time when we're supposed to unite and help each other and not take advantage of people. And our staff has been out there checking on the different stores, grocery stores, and the hardware stores to make sure that they are not increasing the prices of the goods.
Okay, so there is monitoring of that, yes?
Yes, definitely. We are monitoring that. And if there's anybody who has information of any establishment that is increasing the prices, to please let us know through our Facebook page or call the town council.
BSCFA Committee of Management Vice Chair Alfredo Ortega told us earlier that around 1,700 cane farmers in the north have suffered losses so far by the flood waters, which represents roughly 25% of all cane farmers from Orange Walk and Corozal. The BSCFA official is in Guadalajara, Mexico for a workshop on agro-science. Ortega will be back on Wednesday as the workshop has been shortened because of the approaching Hurricane Beryl. He explained to us that the session is mainly to share information about products that could be beneficial for the farmers across the board.
It's more products that could be beneficial for the cane farming community. Not only the cane farming, but also all the agriculture sector, because these products that they are presenting to us right now are products that are really friendly with the environment. They are mostly enriched with organic production, so they are more environmentally friendly. And we are seeing that if we start to use those products, then we can have better yields with the same varieties we have. And also our vegetable farmers, our green farmers can really benefit to have better yields in their production of the different vegetables that they can plant.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.